Hey everyone, so this week I started assembling everything. It was going very well, and then I noticed a couple problems that made me want to go back in time a little bit and fix some things. So here, before I take it back apart, here's what it looks like kind of assembled. You can see the secondary motor there. Way down there you can see the tire for the main drive motor, also under here. So I ran into two small problems when I was doing this. The first one's bigger than the second one, but so that motor there, you can see the little black tail of it. If I wiggle the flywheel, you can see that that motor, this might be hard to see on camera, but that motor has a lot of, I'm moving the flywheel up and down, and that motor is moving left to right and up and down. So there's a little bit more play inside this motor bracket than I would like there to be. Right now it's not a problem, it still works perfectly, but I'm just afraid that as more weight gets added to this thing and as it gets pushed around by the force of the motor and all that stuff, that this thing is really gonna start acting up a little bit. So I'm gonna go back. See, if you look, you can see that there's a lot of room on the outside of that motor. I guess I didn't measure this bracket properly, so I'm gonna take this all apart and I'm gonna reprint that white bracket part here to make it fit a little bit better. Second problem is something that James actually addressed in his most recent video, which I wasn't going to do because I didn't care, but now I think I care, is I never smoothed the outside of the ball. I did a good job smoothing the inside of the ball to get the tracks to run really nice. But the outside is still pretty planky, and I noticed that if you notice the flywheel's tilted, that's because if you stand it up straight, it goes right onto a ridge and just falls back. So this is supposed to be a round ball, but there's clearly some significant ridges in here. So I'm going to do the same thing James did in his part 10 video, which just came out today, and really rasp out those ridges and make it smooth. So I'm going to take this whole thing apart again, probably reprint that bracket today, that white bracket there, and then I'm going to spend a good couple hours on Saturday smoothing out the outside of that ball again, and then I'm going to put it all back in. Putting it in was quite the challenge. I glued in this little potentiometer holder part thing, and that made putting the rest of the flywheel in pretty difficult. The whole point of this thing is that you could take it to pieces, so I thought it would be no problem getting it in and out, but I got it in, but it's definitely more of a hassle with all these extra pieces glued on. I probably should have waited until it was inside the ball, but here we are. So this is all coming out. I just wanted to give you a quick look before I took it apart. Alright.